Can you hear it? Welcome to Relay.
Okay, hello everyone. We're gonna try this out. Things may break, who knows, we'll see. Basically what's gonna happen is we are going to put the Citizencon video, the keynote, on this little screen down below us here, and we're just gonna talk about it. And you guys can talk about it with us, cause why not? Commander Llama and I were there. Shiver was not, but he watched it. So let's just see how this works. We're going to watch through the keynote. We're probably going to be doing this sort of thing every night for the next several nights as CIG upload all the panels. We're going to watch through all the panels as well. Not necessarily the three of us. Basically, I'm just going to bring in people that want to talk about the panels, or I'll do it on my own. And we're going to watch through all the panels slowly and just hang out and chat. So you guys can watch it and listen to it, I hope, on our screen, on the screen below us here. The three of us are going to be in sync as we watch it, so we can all talk about it together. So Commander Llama, Shiver, are you guys ready?
Are we a go?
We're not a go yet, but are you two ready?
How are we doing? How are we going to make sure we're all watching it in sync?
I'm going to do 3, 2, 1, spacebar.
So is that 3, 2, 1, and then
yes,
click, or is
so
it 3, 2, click?
We're doing it on 0, so it's 3,
doing it on
2,
4,
1,
but we're not
spacebar. Yeah, we don't say spacebar.
What comes after 2?
5.
What comes after 3?
I was never good at fractions.
17.
Okay.
I'm also going to try and fiddle with the audio. The audio we're going to fiddle with live as we go. So let me know if Sitcon is too loud or if we're too loud or what. But we're going to be talking over it. I figured you guys have all watched it, so we're just going to sort of listen and talk over Chris as he talks. But before we start that, Shiver, can I get your very brief thoughts on Citizencon?
Oh no! Why me first? Okay. It was. I've got nothing bad to say about it. It was definitely a safe Citizencon. There's nothing I can say. Oh, that was particularly bad. That was particularly bad. But it was. It was all stuff I felt that, you know, if they wanted to, they could have put that in ATV. You can see now why the ATVs are only 8 minutes long. But it was still good to see. But it wasn't daring enough. There wasn't anything like, you know, what have we got to look forward to for the next year? Just, you know, what have we got coming next month? Which is cool. It's cool, and I liked it. But it's where's my 2.0 coming in a few months sort of moment? The Squadron trailer, lovely, great, and it was brilliant to see Superman out there as well. That was a nice bonus. But yeah, I can't say it was bad. Good, but it was just very safe.
Commander Llama?
Well, I mean, not a harsh counter to that, but I feel like maybe they're done looking 2 to 3 years ahead with stuff. And also, I don't know that they're like, unless they had server meshing ready, like there's not really a mind below 2 years out moment to even show us. So it seemed like they were playing stuff closer to the chest. My general opinion of Sitcon, it was good. I'd say the 2 keynotes were probably my least favorite. I really enjoyed the panels, but they put on a great show.
Okay.
Whether you were there or whether you were at home, very well done on their part. Thank you, CIG. It looks like they're working hard on the game. And getting more critical than that, I thought the keynotes had their downs, which we'll probably talk about.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do this. If you two are ready to spacebar.
Oh.
Ready?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You're right.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, go. And I hope
Please welcome
you all get
Chris
audio.
Roberts.
Let me know how the audio is. I've got to sort of manipulate things as we go. So we're actually, we were in the middle row here, sort of just.
We spotted you at one point on one of the videos.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of a hard.
Can you hear the relay cheer? That's what I'm going to be asking.
Yes, we need.
questions about later.
We're gonna have to talk about that when it happens, because.
So welcome to Austin. I think we had our very first Citizencon here back in 2013.
Oh yeah, the first Citizencon. I've heard stories of that. None of us were there. I've got nothing to tell about it, but
Really excited by everything we're gonna reveal and show today.
Would it have been a very tiny one?
For you guys, we decided
Yes.
we're going to do something
Comparatively,
very
yes.
different.
I believe it was
This
just
Citizencon
some
than
of
we've
the
done in the past,
like
because normally what we do
first
is we show
people
some
that signed up.
technology we're working on that in the future you guys are going to get to enjoy, or we prototype some gameplay that's going to come in a year or two's time, like we did with. In
No, that was
2017
the
with
UK
Game
one.
Con.
Yeah, that was 2015.
I was there.
This
I
year
was
we
there
made
too.
a decision quite a while ago to focus on actual gameplay content. Our original goal was to have the mission that we're
See,
going to show you now be
Right, what
live
he's talking about
on
here
the day.
about showing us
Obviously,
like
OTS and 3.2
current
take a
stuff
little longer,
and
so,
not showing us
but
further
the
stuff
mission that we
anymore.
are going to play
I
and
would
show
have
and
loved
walk
to
you
have
through
seen
is a mission
salvage
that you'll
or
be
to
able
have
play in
seen
3.3 once Lawville and Thurston's in. All the stuff's in there.
I don't know. Just so, like all we've got is mining, right? Why couldn't they show us a future build of mining, or what salvage might come, or like something else that was a bit further out?
Really cool because it's going to be content you guys are going to be enjoying.
I agree
in
with
the
that.
very near future. As soon as we get 3.3 out of PTU and into live, and then we're releasing the Hearst and Lawville aspects. So
The
it'll be
easy answer
good.
being,
So I'm gonna
well,
bring,
it's not
Todd
done,
Pappy,
or even close to done.
Yeah.
live director to the stage with me.
I will
Here
say,
he is.
I do enjoy that they showed us something that we get to play, like almost immediately. There is a good
And,
side to that.
Also, we have Glenn.
Because I really liked what they
who
showed.
You may remember from some of our rituals, and you'll notice he's
Oh,
wearing
Glenn.
cowboy boots. Just to
Yeah,
give,
I don't remember
as
if
an
I said
Englishman
it
in Texas,
on
he's wearing
a
some cowboy
stream,
boots.
but I
did tell
definitely
him that he's
mentioned
put him on the wrong side of his
one
jeans,
reason
but
they
anyway.
might be showing like
He's got-
3.35, 3.4
but,
stuff instead of
anyway,
far
so do you
stuff
wanna
is
just say something about what we're going to
we're
do
just
here
so
in the-
impatient.
like it's one of our missions.
Whereas
It is one of our
they're
missions.
they're getting good at
Basically,
the quarterly
high-level
deliverables,
beat is
so
that it
we're not
was-
going to be sitting around being like,
see
"Where is it? Where's that
the
promise?"
biomes that we
Yeah.
built,
Turn
and
down.
It's gonna be like,
planet,
oh, it's
it
gonna be
will
a,
take
you know,
place
3
on
months.
The planet. We're not going to go out in space or anything like that, show off any of the moons, but it is basically it's real. I mean, that to me is the most exciting part.
I like how they say it's real. We know it's real. We
And I
saw
think
the
one of our
realness
focuses
of it.
Going forward is focusing on game content
Yes.
in the immediate future, in the current patches, improving the experience, the feel of the game. Even though we're in alpha or pre-alpha, we're really focusing
What was
on
that?
play experience.
I was
now
on
and
for a
building
little
that
while,
up.
Rudy.
Yes.
So this is one of the steps towards.
Oh,
Well,
my
especially
dog's
getting
here.
OCS and the core tech out. You know, that allows us to do what we need to do. So Glenn's booting up real quick.
I feel like they should have had this booted before they walked on stage.
It's a real.
They probably did, but it crashed.
Oh yeah.
So one caveat, since you
Okay,
True.
you guys
it
know
live.
that 3.3's in Evocati, is that it is a 3.3 build, which means potentially it'll be not unlike a Star Citizen demo. There could be a crash in it.
Yeah.
You may also see some wonky behavior from AI
Yes.
specifically, because it's all about multiplayer syncing.
Yeah,
They're
the
all
audio
things that
sync
we're aware
issue,
of
they-
working,
they
but
seem to
we
have
are
sold it in
showing
this
you
Yeah,
three
can you tell me a
in the
little bit
current
about that?
build.
Because as we were sitting there
it was
live,
really bad.
we didn't see that, right?
And that's
It was about 40-second delay
Yeah, so the only thing
on
that
the
we have
audio
off on
between
this
what we
is the,
heard and what we saw.
that
bank
bad.
culling. So this does have asynchronous
When
background
when
working
did
and
they
optimization.
when did they
So
fix
we
that?
have the bang culling off
When they went to
because
Twat.
that's actually the most unstable element of what.
When and how far in did they go to Twatch?
Because it's it adds another
About
level
5-10
of complexity
minutes.
with the,
Really?
the multi-threading and
Wow.
the
It
was not
things
long.
that happen and how
It
things
was
can
near
happen.
enough.
Could've-
Turn it
This
on
we
the
just haven't
third-party
turned on,
host.
which means
Died.
performance won't be
Oh
as
shit.
good
Go to
as the other
Twatch.
caddy you're getting with
Who
bang
could have guessed
culling.
that
But
custom
it's
solution
okay,
wasn't
and
going to
obviously
work?
it's only gonna get
Who?
better, and so bear with us if there's
No one at
mistakes.
Relay, that's for sure.
We'll see. We're doing it live.
Yeah.
As someone,
Yeah, actually, yes.
yeah, as someone famously said,
This is this really is the first
Yeah.
time.
something F this.
Just so you know, once we all got into this auditorium, things were a bit better. But keep in mind, every single person in that auditorium before the show was shoved into a little hallway about half the size of the stage.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yep.
And everyone was sweating.
Every single person was sweaty.
Because we're doing this as a multiplayer. So some
It was a
friends to
really
join us.
bad hallway.
So we're just waiting for.
Like atrociously bad.
I wasn't taking official numbers, but 99% sweaty men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Ugh.
That's horrible.
Yeah. We actually, just before the doors opened, we moved sort of out of our spot in the line to a place that had a little bit more airflow because it was that bad. We were like, we'll get in later for some air.
Do we have to wait for them to be in too?
Yep.
Oh, good. We're in the gap where they're like, come on.
Yeah, we're in the it's actually kind of probably better watching this with us talking over it because they really should have like.
This is just Chris's first time realizing what the PU load time is like. He's like, it'll load in a minute.
Again, why wasn't this loaded beforehand? But yeah. Oh yeah, Ash Angel, our uptime bot doesn't work. I don't know how. I've got to fix it someday.
What about our sup dog?
It's not a competition.
One thing I will say, there were a number of moments when people, I don't think it's caught in this keynote, when people yelled out really, really dumb things.
There was that one guy.
There was one guy.
I think it might have been the one guy.
I think,
yelling
yeah.
Stupid shit.
If you're at
It's
a
Paul
convention
Rendell around the corner here telling Todd something
and you
important.
sit there and you're like, I should yell something. Guess what? You
What
shouldn't.
did he yell?
Well,
They
there
can
was
type it to me.
there was one thing about Sandy, and there was a bunch of other stuff throughout the presentation that got no laughs or anything. And
Well, there's it's okay to think these things, but then your morality has to kick in. Like, I was thinking the whole time, like, now is the moment of my life where I can tackle Chris Roberts into a giant chocolate cake.
Here we go.
Where did you bring the chocolate cake from?
well,
You'll
it was at the
see-
end.
You'll see at the end of this week.
No, we didn't see it.
Oh, you
Oh,
didn't
it's
see
cut
it?
off?
Can we switch
Dream,
to player
they
one,
didn't-
please?
It cut off just at the start of the second playthrough of the trailer.
Okay, here we go. The filler's done. His
Yeah,
chest,
yeah.
I hope they good. It's full screen. His chest is wonky as shit.
Hurston's the first planet that
He looks
is
fit.
fully formed planet with a proper
It's not just
land
fit, it's like his
and,
abs are malformed.
The goal is to have
Am I the only one that, when they first
a
opened it, I thought,
habitation
it's a
system,
smoky
a
atmosphere?
that will give you
I mean, he's
systems
probably, it looks like,
of in a
it's
small
beautiful.
apartment that you can
It looks like
earn
it looks
money,
like
Yeah.
the
work your way up,
non-luxurious
upgrade to
hab.
bigger, better places,
But like
get a
the
better
but also
the
not
get
one.
the
real
shadows
estate
underneath
locations.
those
And
flyy
our
things.
longer-term goal with the habs, I think in 3.3,
phenomenal.
the hab system's going to be
Oh yeah,
not
it
Yeah,
that
that's
looks
different
glorious.
than,
That's the other thing,
what we
Des.
have currently
It's
in 3.2.
supposed to be a
Except
poor
for
air
there will be
quality planet.
persistence when
Yeah.
you're in the session, so you can go back to your hab and through of it. But our long-term plan is you have a dedicated hab that is actually a unique location you can go to, and every player has a different one. and we have a city big enough to be able to sort of have
That right there
so
actually
border
explains
landing
why
sites,
he
you can
died
see
while
it a little
jumping
bit.
3 times
And
later,
obviously, depending on
because he
where
was
you-
playing with the
when you get
gamepad,
into
and no
that,
one should play with the gamepad.
That house might be
That's what everyone was
very
saying
close
on the
to the
time,
city,
but
or
they've
you might
always
have to
done it
take
with a
a train
gamepad
up to
because
your
it's convenient,
house.
isn't it?
No, you know what it is?
And you'll sort of see
You'll
the
actually
scale
see
when
it.
we get out
It makes it easier to do slow
wake up, bud.
panning shots
Ah.
because you can't do those with keyboard and mouse. It's for cinematics.
And
It's
yeah,
much
tonight,
more
last night, look at
difficult,
that,
too.
there's some beer,
Yeah.
reading. Yeah, Glenn said, and this will be a personal choice. You can have a messy hab
Yes.
or a
clean.
tidy hab. It'll be completely up to you how you want to hold your items. But let's go. I don't know. It's kind of let's get a cup of Joe.
I wonder if we're gonna get the crashes. I hope
Oh,
they.
must have that in there.
One,
is,
I like this. Two,
this
I
is
hope that
actually gonna join
everything
up our-
in this hab is usable.
They did say that that's, you know, one of the sort of
This
goals,
is a
isn't
more
it?
in-depth interaction
And that
system,
really, can you
and how
imagine
this can
that
lead
they've
to
said puzzle
missions
aspects and
because
Yes.
we
certain
want
things,
you to pick up things,
an
we want you to
investigation, and
interact
you
with the
really
world
actually
and
are going
look
to have
around
to
and hunt for
investigate and
clues
properly
and those
inspect
types
and
of
look
things.
around the room. That's cool.
And you kind of see that a little bit later with the chipsets, where you pick them up and you have
You have
to.
to actually look at them, yeah.
Right. So yeah, we have a cup of coffee. We have the interaction system where we can.
Inspect it.
You know, look at all items, so you'll be able to. So it's a far. So in 3.3.
I wonder what happens if he had actually poured it.
Yeah,
And the
we're-
long-term
I mean-
goal
If he
is
can.
pretty much
Maybe
most
it's restricted.
items in the world.
One,
will be
you better be able to
interactable. You
pour.
can take 'em,
Two,
move 'em
you
in
better
the
be able to
system.
pour
You can
stuff
store
on
'em in your
computer
spaceship,
equipment
you can store 'em in
and
your
do
hab.
damage to it.
And we're also not in
Yeah, that's gonna go
3.3,
great
but we're
when
going
you
to be
co-op
expanding
with
the
me.
player status system. We already have the stamina.
Spilled my
the
fucking
habits, we need
coffee on the
oxygen.
cockpit.
But,
Again?
you know, we're not going to go.
I
full
don't know
forward,
how. I
like
don't know
survival,
how it's
Yeah.
happening.
but you are going to occasionally need to
There's something wrong
drink
with the
some
physics.
liquids or eat some food.
Or breathe.
Or breathe. And it's really just resource management, not any different than you would have resource management for your ship that needs fuel and.
Now they talk
power
about
and
this a
stuff like that.
bit here.
So,
It's sort of like they're
we'll
talking a
cup of
little
Joe
bit
in the
about
morning,
some of
wake
the
us up.
survival aspects, and it sounds like there will be those survival aspects,
And
but
so
that
some
they'll
of the
be
things we have
kept
in the hab here are also,
relatively
to
simple.
play with early
Food.
Sounded very
3, but we'll
survival
actually
light.
have
Yeah,
more
and I'm
gameplay.
okay with
Here's
survival
an
light.
example of
I
playing
That's
love
stuff
cool.
around.
That's a huge
So you'll
thing.
be- so
The placement.
I
Placing
love
that
this.
anywhere you want. 'cause
Like the old,
forget coffee
system in the
cups and
hangars
anything
where you
else.
had to put it on
That's
certain
going to be
spots. You can place
cargo,
items anywhere you want,
your
pick 'em up,
Tetris cargo
pick 'em up from
mechanics.
crouching.
That's
So
going to
there's
be
a lot
all
more
sorts of cool things to
interactability
do.
and
Yeah.
The
tactileness.
knock-on
The other
consequences they
thing
could do with that.
longer term,
Amazing.
short-term 3.3
Well,
ones
and not
are
just
important, but we are
cargo,
gonna
like,
move to what we
I mean,
call a
you can
physical
make,
inventory
you can
system,
truly
which
make the
means
hab
that,
your own,
you
as
have
opposed to like
be able to carry
buying
the
some
things you've got. There
presets
won't be
and
any sort of
maybe
magic
you have a
inventory where
handful
you
of
can
things.
Hold
to
on,
deliver.
hold on here.
Or Moby Glass and pull out
They cut out
different
the
armor sets and
crash.
100 different weapons.
Oh, they did?
So it'll be what you can carry on your person.
Yep.
Or if you've got a bag or a backpack.
They edited
or
out
what
the
you can
crash.
Put on your spaceship or what you can store on your hab.
You know, it is 20
Will
minutes
be all
shorter.
things that would sort of
Yeah.
constrain
They
your,
could have cut out the crash and they
equipment
could have
that
cut
you
out
can have and
go-to
use,
relay,
and that would also
I
be a
hope they
reason
didn't.
as you
which is
play
a
the
suable
game,
offense.
you earn more
Yes.
money, you can buy
Yeah, if
things
they
more
cut out
places,
go-to
more
relay,
spaces, more ships,
we're gonna have
more
some
places to
problems.
store it. But again, managing your equipment
It's meaningful choices.
is like
I mean,
a resource
yeah.
to manage.
Yeah, it's basically we just want the players to make meaningful choices. I'm going to take this armor set and do this. I'm going to take this ship and do this. If you can pull it from anywhere, you're not making those hard choices.
I'm really excited to
so
play
let's
this
head out
with
into,
like actual inventories and with
Common area
just
of the hab. We're on,
like they
I
say
believe,
meaningful
hab
choices
L19.
of
L19 residences.
Right, yeah.
oh look at these people.
Oh, so here begins
on
my
the
favorite
AI
part
side,
of the
we'll see more as
presentation,
we go on, but
glitchy
it's the
AI.
early
I
days
love it
of
in all
AI going
games,
about their lives. There's a
and
lot
they
more
did
that's
not
gonna come in.
disappoint.
We have this usable
The guy
system, I think we
standing
talked
there,
about in the past,
no gun.
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
Sunjammer had a lot of there. That guy who stands up backwards through the.
sweeping.
Yeah, Sunjammer was saying it's there's an
Well, you
you know,
say you don't allow
invisible
the player to
Well,
weapons.
what it is they all have their concealed carry.
Systems and animations.
Yeah, there you go.
And so
They
we
got it
build
online.
Yeah,
a
we saw
living,
several
breathing
posters
city
for get
or
your
location,
concealed carry
because
license
the thing is, in a
online
multiplayer game,
in
if you just rely on
Texas,
players,
and
the population
clearly everyone did.
everyone's running around trying to do a
Don't
mission
change.
or earn money and just
Well,
running left
I mean,
and right.
in
So
this
the AI is very
build,
important to give
it's the
locations a
bartender's
sense
got
of
a
life,
subsumption system.
which is
not full subsumption, but it's their first foray into dealing with subsumption. It's only the BARM at the moment. Everything else is running on the old system.
It's a tall, sort of upside down bracket.
Hey, Moonbase Kappa.
Like here's
We sort of survived.
the bit of L19, so again,
Sorta.
where you could drop off or have things.
That
That
was
was a 6-hour stream.
That was a late.
Altogether.
I didn't get to sleep till 3 a.m. that night, and then I was up at 7, starting to get people organized to like shower and get out of the house by 11.
Have more of these buildings that will be populated. So here we are. We're out here.
This is just
looking out at the vista onto Longville.
like. I'm sorry.
See a fair amount of security.
I'm glad to be rewatching this because it looked like there were 0 frame rate hitches live, but I'm noticing more now.
Yeah.
Still, the entire keynote, I was like, the frame rate's really good. And I almost didn't care about anything else.
So we have ships that are actually
Um,
coming out of quantum
now
trough
we
in
did.
orbit, coming
We were
down,
talking about this a little
landing
bit.
on pad or taking off.
Someone was saying
But
that
that's
they
because it's also
counted
systemic.
how long
So
it
it
would
doesn't
take
always happen
to
on cue 'cause
come
it's
down
not
to
and here we're just
like
we'll
from
carry on
space
because we're
down to ground,
gonna show you a little bit of,
get
more
to
film.
the
And
place
this
where
area
the
is
guy
sort of
gives the mission, get back out to the spaceport and
area,
launch again.
right?
And it's something like around a half hour just to get the mission and get on the road.
Yeah, so Hurston's a corporate.
I think CIG are
planet,
gonna have to do
but
something to
Hurston
fix that.
Corporation owns and runs it. So as you
Remote
see a fair amount
contact.
of security
And I'm
around there.
100% on board with
Maybe
remote
I wouldn't say
contacts,
the nicest
even if like you
employer.
have to be in the
They want
city to
everyone
contact them or
to
something.
do their job
But
on the plane, even if they don't get paid a lot and the air quality's really bad.
that is
You know
that-
what they need?
You know, you'll see a fair
Communications
amount of security
relays.
around.
It's true.
They will.
They should. Everyone should just go to Relay.
On other NPCs, telling you to move on and hurry up.
Sid Vicious saying I'm getting a solid 60 FPS in the PTU build.
This particular area.
The night PTU dropped, Jake from Relay was getting, I think he said he was getting 80
So we'll go into the bar.
in Olisar
And
on
bar-
his laptop.
I've talked about bars long term being.
And
I
it's-
downloaded it.
locations
I'm
you
ready
would
to go play it
to
after
get
this
some gossip,
stream.
find out what's
It's-
happening.
he's got a
You
good
have
laptop,
slightly
but
shadier missions that you can accept versus the
I'm
sort of
okay with
more,
this.
Clean scrubbed ones that you would get on, say, the job boards.
I love that poster.
Yeah, the hammerhead.
Yeah, Lasdom SC, I like that as well. Meet them once, and then you can just call them up again when you
So
need
every now
to
and then-
talk to them again.
Yeah, no, we're in
Um,
the
Yeah, that's a
city,
good
so we
idea.
actually
Yeah.
have
And that lets you
filtration,
explore, kind of encourages exploring the environment too, instead of
They
just
don't-
like sitting in one spot on your movie glass.
Hey,
Yeah.
just went by.
Okay.
I mean, some exploration is good, but I don't want to have a series of 20 missions and I have to go back to this guy every single time because
You can order whiskey.
I mean,
or you can order beer.
Star Citizen's trying to emulate real life in a
Glenn
lot of
is
ways,
gonna
so
do
it's a
an
matter of
ice
time
coffee
before the majority
kind of
of
a
the
messy
player
way.
base is just sitting on their damn
proper
phones
way.
all the time.
oh yeah. This is really cool. I like it. I know that it's still glitchy with the like the whiskey glass kind of.
Pretend it's working.
Yeah,
in
like
your head.
Yeah, that's
They'll
so easily
polish that
fixable.
out.
yeah.
As I said, this is the 3-3 build.
That's the least of their worries.
This is
I dig this kind of stuff. In every game where I can, I always go to the bar and grab a drink. GTA Online,
yeah.
all of
Fine
them.
once we get it.
Yeah.
I mean-
Usually get
The gravity
shit-faced and
detector
then
will
walk
tell you
around.
to pick it up.
One thing I will say, I kind of hope that you can maybe
There you go.
separate those options a little bit because they seem very
And there's
close
only
together.
one-
The inspect,
there's only
carry,
one cube in
drink.
the whiskey, which
Like
is
they're
very important.
like
Yeah, but
All right, let's have
you're going to
let's
be able
have
to
some
scroll
drink
through
on
those
this
with
one.
your mouse wheel anyway.
I hate scrolling with my mouse wheel. I'm really bad at it. I always click manually
you'll be able
or
to drink
use
too
like
much.
1, 2, 3. I hope that I can use like 3 for the third
That's a
option
wonderful thing.
because they're really close together.
maybe
Yeah.
with one
And
drink, you'll have a
that's
little bit of
just-
courage and
I
you'll
love
have
the
a little bit
placing.
more strength in combat, but too many
Love the
drinks,
placing.
You lose your coordination. All right.
And he's got his head gone for shadow purposes, but
We've missed the trains both times. So.
Look at those textures.
the.
Glorious.
It's gorgeous.
One thing I've said a couple of times, and I know someone out there is going to get really, really mad at me, but this is like
We have
nice cyberpunk quality,
we got
in an
invite to
MMO.
go see
and it's taken the same
I,
amount.
it's funny you think that. I was thinking similar.
So this is
This is cyberpunk quality in an MMO that's been in development the same amount of time as cyberpunk. CIG are literally wizards.
Where are you?
Fast cart, I will try it.
And
I
this is
don't
one
know
of the
how
mission
good
numbers on Hurston.
their closed captioning is for it, but
It's not bad actually,
yeah, okay, done.
in English anyway.
He obviously had a few drinks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the suggestion, Fast cart.
So over here we've got Maria.
Can we drive
Park.
the forklift? Did you ask?
This goes back to
I did not.
status,
We
and,
literally
kind of
didn't
the
get to
idea
ask
behind
a
Death
single
of the
question of
Spaceman,
any dev.
where when you die,
The
this is
only
where
time
you-
we got to
or
talk to any devs
die, this is where
was
you'll come back.
during
You'll
alcohol
respawn here.
times.
Yeah.
And
Also,
I've got
when
stories
you
from
get
devs,
injured,
but they are not stories I'm
and
going to
med
repeat because
thing
I'm not
takes you
gonna
back to a
I'm not
certain
gonna
percentage,
talk
and
about
then it
anything
won't
that
take
anyone
every
said
time,
while they were
and then you'll
inebriated
need
because
to
I don't
actually
think
get
that's
fixed
fair.
up here, whether it's at a hospital or by the Apollo
Or
or
NDA.
Endeavor.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
We don't have
the
much
idea
NDA,
is a med pay
really.
is a
Not really.
short-term solution that stops
This
bleeding
looks
and lets you operate
beautiful,
for a little while,
but I
if you
really
don't
hope that
have
every single
lots
piece of
of
that
fixed
junk
up,
is a
bleeding will
piece
come
that you
back
can
and
pick it
eventually
up so
die.
that you can
Even with
manually
med
by
pay, you
yourself
still need to go
clean
back
up
and
the
get
entire
medical
port
help
piece
to
by
fix yourself
piece.
up, just like repairing a, you're like a ship.
No, I wouldn't
You
want
repair
that
yourself.
actually.
No.
There's going to be one person that wants to do it though.
Disposal.
Yeah, but I don't want people to No, there'd just be dick-shaped junk piles everywhere in the game.
That's true.
There are going to be dick-shaped. People are going to put down like cups.
Dick-shaped hab.
Dreadful today.
I don't like this guy.
Still alive, I think.
Now, do you think?
And wait.
I know this is going to be
Awkward
ironic
pause.
coming from me, but do you think he's too animated?
My name is Clover Stein.
Normal people, because I'm not normal,
Wonderful to meet
don't
you.
really.
Look at his hands.
Gesticulate
Watch
as
his
much.
hands
What can I do
move.
for you on this fine
Like-
day?
I know, but like they're almost like twitching and shaking a little bit, and it's beautiful.
It's an excellent question.
Oh, it's breeding.
If you're not particularly concerned with shades of morality, I may have a lead on some, well, let's just call it...
And yeah, Shiver,
materials in need of force.
I don't actually think he's too animated. I think he's old, and I know a number of
Devil's in
old
the
people
details,
that
I believe.
animate
Read them
very.
well.
He's not old. He just lives on Hurston. He's 26.
He used to work the reactor.
There's a satellite that's fallen from orbit and it has a prototype blade in it. We want to.
Interesting.
Only have 20
out.
seconds to accept that.
Wait, is there a time limit on? Oh, I like that.
Wonderful.
I didn't even notice that.
Good luck.
It looked like the tech they were working on where the NPC always faces the player wasn't in for him.
Not quite. Yeah.
He's like looking
We're gonna get to the panels later. The panels, in my opinion, are the most exciting bits. Some of the stuff that they showed in the panels, like the gene splicing and the cloth physics, are literally mind-blowing. And
Fingers crossed.
No, the panels were, in my opinion,
There he is.
much better than the keynotes.
yeah,
Hand's a bit weird.
Can we talk about this?
yes.
VoIP worked as well
Okay.
for them as it did for me.
So, FOIP. Commander Llama and I tried FOIP. I believe that the build that they were using on the floor was a new build that broke FOIP. But not that it broke FOIP, it broke the integration between FOIP and the game. Because as we were testing FOIP, it literally didn't work. I mean, for me, it made me look like this all the time.
Calibrate, by the way.
You look interested.
And that's what my character was doing. And for Commander Llama, it was doing that.
I do juicies.
But we
Alright.
went to calibrate
So
and looked at
we
it
can't
outside, looked at
obviously
what FOIP was catching, what Faceware was capturing, and Faceware was capturing us
I'm not sure
perfectly.
whether
Like
even
eyebrows,
we
all around the
calibrated
eyes,
correctly.
it was
Doesn't Chris have
flawless.
glasses or not?
Chris does have glasses.
Yeah.
So I think it's just
But that
they
is
in this
example
latest build they
of
broke the
in
integration
RPG,
between FOIP and the
face
game.
override, not
FOIP
best
itself, I
example
think,
of
is going to
the
be
quality that you get out
spectacular.
of it. But we
it just looks really bad here.
Well, the other thing was, at least from what I recall, is in the character customizer, it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
But then when you were in the PU, it did not work.
Yeah. So I think it's
It
something
could
that they-
actually just be too much work on whatever thread it's running on.
Yeah.
And it's just dropping face where like commands in favor of other commands. Because you'll probably only need like a couple milliseconds delay, and the point just goes out the window. You become a twitching mess.
Yeah. It is very impressive, though.
So straight ahead, that is to the business district that will
I
be
love
working towards
that
434.
haze
Yeah.
that only shows up in the street lights. I love that.
This is the kind of like I remember like Freelancer having a bunch of grimy planets and stuff, and this is like
I really like.
perfect like 2018.
Don't try to
Yeah.
cosplay that.
I like that there are these guys walking around basically with plastic bags over their heads for
breathing
higher air quality.
apparatus things.
Yeah.
It may not end well.
Okay. CIG. I know you're not listening, but if you were to be listening,
All right,
let us
so
buy
this
the
is,
entire suit
the
at
new-
once,
this is
please.
The actual new flight suit
Yes.
that's coming with 3.3. It's the RSI Odyssey.
I like that I can
It's,
buy
very
individual
cool.
pieces,
Allow
So,
it. Yeah.
we're just
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
get it.
but also let me buy the whole suit
Just give
at
me the
once.
set.
Please and thank you.
Will be delivered to one person.
And then we need to go.
Do we have the suit? I don't have the suit.
Yeah, we have the suit. We need to go get the.
We have the zoo.
Someone's gonna cosplay the plastic bag looking die.
Didn't
Don't do
Chris?
that.
Didn't Chris tell us not to do that?
That will have different attachments that you can actually use, whether that be cutting or welding or.
No, now I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna blame Chris Roberts.
Hopefully mining, I can talk him into mining.
I like that there's mining helmets.
Like small scale mining.
Yes, very small scale mining.
And it looks like you can actually buy one of those plastic bag helmets for yourself. I hope that it makes it really hard to see through.
You
I
sure we
want
got
breath
that thing?
fog.
Yep.
Or
I
I'm
want a
getting
fish to
fog.
just go past my vision every so often.
Yeah. Okay then.
Yeah, you only did buy the helmet, by the way, just let you know.
And
Not let you be able to buy the RSI suit.
No, I don't think he gave him the right items.
you know, PU jank.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
It happens.
All right.
Fast cart, yeah, I'll watch that later.
Bug.
Yes.
I mean, we all know about
So just
the
put a little armor on
bugginess
top
of
the
Star
RSI,
Citizen at this moment, but
Suit. Let's
it happens.
We'll do the helmet when we fly.
Yeah, you don't need that on Hurston, even though the air quality is bad. It is
You don't
pretty
need that on her, sir.
cool. Right.
I love subtitles. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So we're gonna make our way to the train station.
Hey, it's Gun
This
Guy.
is the workers district.
Hey,
That's
Gun
how the
Guy.
workers
Oh,
are
he's gone.
taken to the strip mine.
Gun guy 1 of 6.
There you go. Look, so you see,
The
there's
trams.
actually functioning. I don't know if you saw that. But
I'm
there's
excited for
functioning
those.
trains
Okay.
In Louisville, we're actually going to get on one of the trains. We just saw one go past. We can go to the metro station now. There you go.
I'm sorry, Songon.
Yeah, there's actually a functioning transit.
Oh,
system
I
going
didn't.
ahead
I
too,
didn't tweet.
which
That's.
is very cool.
I'm
And
sorry.
even when you're flying outside, you can see
Yeah.
the trains on their tracks going
the schedule.
between the different stations.
Now, it's all well and good showing us how it is now, just one player person and a couple of AI, but do you think this is still going to work with 2 million plus players? You know, whatever it was going to work out as on this planet. Do you think this is going to end up?
I don't even care, guys. I had to tweet.
That's
the
a hard
residency,
question.
And then we've got the security building right here.
That
Just your
probably
opinion.
CIG can't even answer right now. I think.
I like it. It just he's holding his gun and then it's on his back.
Like hang out too long, they tell us to move along. Again, there's still some kinks. Everyone's working out on that side of stuff. Let's go to the Metro Center to get to the spaceport.
Oh, now I know it's only a train, I fucking love this train.
It's cool. Okay.
And like he says later on, you know, oh, we'll just they'll be changing lines over and taking you multiple places. We'll look at whatever the latest train simulator's doing, and we'll do that too. It's like, what?
So
Yeah.
we can go to the perimeter line, which will take us to the outskirts, or we can take the spaceport line, which is going to take us into TCS spaceport. So
I
that's where we
just-
need to go to get our ship.
I had mixed feelings about all this.
There's 6
Because
different gates that the player can
it was a
enter into
lot
the
of
city,
travel time with nothing to
and
do.
plus the space
Yeah.
And
port.
like it's impressive
So
that the
it
tech's
gives you
running,
just kind of the
and like it's
idea
cool
of
the first
the
time,
scale
but
of
like
the city.
I don't want to be riding these trains
And all
all the
these
time.
trains
Like,
I hope they have
schedule,
more of
so
them,
actually if we take
and
the
I
lot
hope that they
to
speed
the
them up a little bit.
above,
Though,
train
I
arriving
do
in
still
103
remember
seconds. What about
Mass
the other
Effect
track?
and
The
that
other track?
goddamn
Train
elevator.
arriving
you can
in
hate that elevator, but
20
yeah, like the elevator was
Train,
like a
trains
minute.
party.
Yeah, but
Okay,
you had to go
12 minutes on
12
Xbox
Just give me-
360.
12 minutes,
missed
and
it
you had to
coming
do
in.
it
Alright.
like
But,
14
yeah,
times a
basically the
mission
trains come
if
and
you wanted
go.
to talk to any of the people that you
So
care
actually
about.
walk out, go and take the other train.
Right.
I mean,
So
you're
you're with
gonna have
me
your
then,
Moby
'cause
glass.
this is
Watch
worse.
it go.
One thing that
Yeah, yeah,
You
but
are,
we'll
you
have
are have
Moby.
your Moby glass. You could be street
fast around.
browsing,
Between
chatting.
Or we're gonna have
I suppose.
multi-tools. That's what I'm excited for. On it.
I don't want fast travel, to be honest,
now,
Um,
you won't fall out.
but I want the ability to call in to people that you've already met.
It seems like a good compromise.
I also would like you to be
Okay,
able
we got
to, like,
53 seconds. We're simulating. We're going to do commuter citizen.
Yeah.
So if you miss the train,
They
you
need
have
to,
to
whatever
wait
they do not
for
let
the
the
next
UK
one.
design the trains.
yeah.
Because we don't know what it's like having
I
a
saw
train come
somebody
on
that was
time.
very
No, no,
Yeah.
excited
these are
about that on
clearly
Reddit,
30th
Yeah.
century Japanese trains.
Yeah.
They are
One
freaking
thing,
microsecond accurate.
one thing that I might
Yeah.
like is actually
Well, I
the
just wanted
ability to
I
fast
love the
travel
fact that there's a
to your
running,
house,
transit
like to your
system.
hab,
You know, you have to
and you still have to
catch
move
your
around
ride,
places from there. But you can say,
And actually, the
take
the
me.
team worked
What
very,
I
very
actually
hard on
want
putting
is
this together,
on the
actually
companion app,
building the tracks,
the ability
building,
to set the location in the
everything
verse
that
that
goes
you
into
want to
it.
go, and your character will go there
Yeah, any minute now.
buying transit.
Come on, little trainee.
They will take, like, while you're at work, you can say, hey guys, let's all meet up on Hurston.
The trains do run
You
on
all,
time.
doesn't matter where you are, you all pay to travel to
We
Hurston,
may crash.
and when you
Train
log
is
in that
stuff, but
night,
trains definitely run on time.
you're all on
You're at
Hurston.
But you're
So
naked.
the AI in the future
Sure.
will be
You
able to
didn't
transition,
say take your clothes.
between the spaceport and
Shiver?
To approach the
Then-
first group of
Right
people
now,
you
the
know and say,
channels,
give me your
so
clothes,
there'll
your
be a-
boots, and your
Yeah,
motorcycle.
you'd have
But
a
then you're
train,
arrested for
people
public
getting on, getting
indecency
off,
and put in
sitting
jail.
down in the seats,
It's true.
Just like you would get a normal commuter train. So the
Does
usable
no one
system,
else like the
usable
idea
system will
of
just come
being able
online.
to,
It's one of
like,
the reasons why you're not seeing that many
while
of the
you're
actors
offline,
going.
take
But
public
this is all
transport?
physically real. We are
Yeah, or
traveling
like this is
in,
public transit, but there could be private
Lawville,
transit where it's like, okay, just take
and
me
you
to my
can
hab,
see-
and it could like warp you
see
there, but it
out.
costs more.
Because,
Or maybe not
You
warp,
look
but it
back,
could
you
be
see the
like very
tracks.
fast.
Like the taxis in GTA 5.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
the
I mean, didn't he
Dynamics,
even say
building, which is
that
4
later on there will
kilometers
be those
wide.
options?
Lowville itself
I hope
is
so.
about
The
24
caveat there is
kilometers in,
everyone's
sort of
gonna
diameter,
probably stop
the main
using
area
this
of it,
except for role
which
players.
is about equivalent to Austin actually.
Which is
So,
maybe okay,
Lowville's
but like
about
people will
Austin size
generally
in real world
optimize their
scale.
playtime.
So that's,
Yes,
you know,
but I also think that playtime should be optimized a bit because I don't want to spend 5 minutes on a tram. Especially, like they were saying at the end,
so here we are coming into
if they
Spaceport.
missed that one tram, it was like a 15-minute wait for the next one. I don't want to have to stand there and wait.
I thought it was only 50 seconds.
No, on the way back.
It's just point A to
Because
They're gonna have more
Long way back.
though. They said like they have these running, but they're gonna have
5 minutes. It's a 5-minute wait if you miss it on the way back.
So there you are. Whatever the train simulator out there.
Sorry guys, 5:50. I only watched it once while live. We were slightly excited.
You were drunk and you saw things in threes.
I was not drunk. I only had one beer all of Citizencon.
Right.
How big was the tank of beer?
There we go. I'm gonna head to the
I hate you.
spaceport, which is the place.
Oh, Tinu's got a great question.
Where's
Can you
that?
have a PvP FPS fight
So longer term with the law and
fight
order
on top
system
of the
that we're
train?
working with, going between places.
I hope so.
I want that.
I want knife fights on top of trains.
Knife fights on speeding vehicles. The most important thing about games with
not
vehicles.
fully operating yet, but that's a longer-term goal. Won't be in 3.3, but as the law and order system comes in, that's all going to be part of it. And here we are.
Just for the smugglers, that makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, you got to find a backdoor entrance or how to come.
I don't like that name, Tessa.
Tessa. Gameplay that we are going to add to what's
Welcome to Tessa Spaceport.
Well, you could try to get rich enough and then buy it.
Yeah, ignore the glitching AI. We have lots of those.
Okay.
A few ships on.
Wait.
That's actually. We'll go there later.
We get that later. Okay, we get that conversation later. That is beautiful. And the Kraken,
Glorious.
the Kraken
They can spawn the Kraken Hull.
it's in game. That's insane.
There you go.
The interior is probably not done, but
Yeah, probably not flight ready, but they can spawn the hull.
I saw it like this morning.
And they can put some ships on it.
Do we disable the ships coming in?
It looks cool. I can't wait to get
So
annihilated
in the
by one.
spaceports, you'll come.
Yeah.
I'll
there'll be
never
some
have one.
hubs. So normally there'll probably be a ship dealer, there's actually a
Sungun,
ship dealer
I
on
do
the
actually have an
spaceport.
idea why they're probably
We'll go
selling the
to
Kraken the
later
way
on.
they're doing it.
There'll be different lounges,
Because
so,
every
like,
time
maybe look for the chance
even
for
after
one
Citizencon,
sort of
the number of
USO
articles that I saw that were like,
and then we're gonna have
Star
various
Citizen has a new
deals, so
trailer
different
and a
vendors
$330 ship. Ha ha ha! It's still not out, lol.
spaceports.
Um,
We're gonna go and just retrieve
It would
our
be even
ship,
worse if they were like,
to go on
Star
the
Citizen
mission.
has a new trailer and a $3,000 ship.
The rework.
It's just, I really think that CIG should put all of the extremely expensive ships behind a you have to ask them for it
Landing
wall.
pad, hangar 4.
There's no
What do you
reason.
define as
So
extremely
over in that
expensive?
direction,
Anything
we're gonna go
over
back to visit later on,
$500.
is actually where the ship dealer is, which is a big deal because in
could go for
3.3,
that.
when Jose
Yeah,
Mobile are
okay.
in,
Just, if you want it, send them an email. No longer list the prices.
I mean, at this
Because
point, for mass media, the only way they're fixing their optics is by having an incredible game.
Yes.
Because
But-
they're kind of, they're a little bit of a laughing stock now.
But I think they shouldn't make it worse, and I think putting the Kraken price up just makes it worse. And I'm glad they didn't. I want to say right now, I give very, very large props to CIG for not once in this entire presentation being like, hey guys, here's the new ship, go buy it, it's this price, go buy it.
Yeah, there wasn't a single panel or anything where they were trying to directly like sell us.
They said it exists, and like the Valkyrie, they're like, it exists and it's going live in this patch, but at no point were they trying to sell us the ships. I mean, they sell it to us just by showing it, but so happy.
Now, obviously, we're going to be in a large hangar, even though we're in
I
a
did
Mustang.
fast car.
Too big of a really hangar for a Mustang, but
It sells the scale.
yeah, you'll get a sense of scale, and either for 3.4 or just after 3.4, the small hangar will
Fast
come
cart.
and
I
land.
have
There are
not bought
small
any
hangar
3.3 ships, but
it's
I have a
places in
little
the
bit of a
spaceport, it's just we haven't
crush
finished
on
the
the
interior
Anvil
thing.
back of Valkyrie.
This is built out of our
Oh, you
common
can jump on
elements.
mine.
So the idea is that
Okay.
these,
Wait, why do people keep
is how
saying
we
it's the
scale.
Vindicator?
Add me.
you know, we build these big elements and then we can bring them down and build smaller elements out of that.
So here's the
Oh,
large
the
hangar, which
Vanguard
will fit lots of
Vindicator,
ships,
maybe.
not just a Mustang.
Mustang.
Mustang, okay, yeah.
Vanguard.
Isn't that basically just the same as the Mustang Alpha, but a different skin?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
When you land, they'll bring stuff over to your ship. So the long-term.
No, I'm not buying any ships. I am done buying Star Citizen ships. I've spent enough in the game. When it comes out, I'll be happy. I will not buy a single other ship.
Right, let's get our helmet on,
And that's nothing against Star Citizen. It's just I think I hit my my limit for how much I should spend on a game about $4,000 ago.
Yeah, I kind of want to like get these ships in a game now.
Yeah.
Although looking at some of the prices later in the video, I'm not sure I ever will.
We're going to talk about that when we get to it. Those prices are placeholder, and there is basically no tested economy yet. No one should be angry about those prices because we don't know if they are real.
Now, I love this new cockpit view.
Yeah.
That the panel, I think, could do with a little bit of fine tuning. They've got some wasted space at the top. Just screw you. They've got these wasted bits at the top where it's just nothing, you know, nothing there. And they could cut that away, a bit more view. At the bottom there, they've got these two triangular parts, nothing there. Cut it out. Don't want any wasted space. I think that even this panel they've got there is a bit. There's a lot on there. They could compress that information.
There's a lot on there, but it's also really smooth looking. I like how smooth it looks.
And again, the hangars all
They've learned a lot of lessons. They've got cockpit.
They've learned a lot of lessons since they screwed up the Freelancer.
There's a lot. Hey, I like the Freelancer. There's a lot of door porn in this keynote.
Yeah.
So we're also introducing
We should have sold
zones.
And I don't care if that's just a scaled up mesh. It's still a Kraken. It still looks damn cool. The size of this city is just stupid. Especially since...
This gives you a good sense of scale.
Go ahead, Shiver.
Do you think they chose the right ship, or do you think they could have gone better? Better.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Depending on timing.
Gamma a break, Shiver.
Oh my god!
And obviously, if you can see, Lawville's made quite a lot of progress.
I'm sorry, that was bad.
In the art Citizencon.
It is less impressive than ArtCorp, but this one city here, I mean, not all of it is going to be explorable, but a fair amount of it is. This is bigger than anything.
A fair amount of it is not even useful to explore.
No.
Main Hurston building is. And in,
but
like, you actually want to go down to that particular building and be like, I'm gonna walk around here and like
and see a bunch of locked tabs.
Yeah.
It's still nuts, the size of this, and I can't wait to see more of these cities in game because it's beautiful. It's like they've actually done a lot more detail than I thought they would. Like, you've got these little tiny hubs outside the city that look like they're for manufacturing or something that are like connected by tram, but they're these separate little things. It's not just a blob. It looks like it's grown organically over time. You know?
And let's not forget as well, this is all seamless from when he woke up and drank his coffee. There's been no loading screen.
Yeah. Songon, you were waiting for the sale of the FOIP camera because of 3.3. They have not said anything about it. At Citizencon, we were using, the FOIP demo was using Logitech cameras, but there were the FOIP cameras on display. They just weren't using them.
In first person
so this is an impression lots of people got. Not a true gamer says, it's cool how big it is, but how much of it will players actually be using for actual gameplay?
Strip mines, trash, and
I don't know.
polluted coast.
Look, we still got to have
Here
something
you'll
really
see
cool to fly.
polluted coast. If Glenn flew down towards the...
Even what we saw just now walking through was still impressive for actual gameplay, and even if there's only that much in each city on each planet, and there's hundreds of planets and 700 cities, and you only have what we walked through in 700 cities, that's still more in-city location than any other game ever, so I'm not too worried.
And if that's how it starts, they've got something to build upon.
Yeah.
They can also take it pretty far. If they're simulating tens of millions of NPCs, which Tony Z said they fully plan on doing that, simulated being not actually instantiated as game objects in the world, but while they're off screen, they're there, they're tracked in a database and updated. And so you could actually, if they want to, and they should, you could have a bounty hunting target
think that's
be
sort of,
at any
asset,
random place in that
the
giant
civic
city,
area,
and
and
you
that
actually have to
includes
go to
the
exact
coast here,
places and track
we're
them
heading,
around town.
And he doesn't actually
God.
exist until you get close, and then they
And
spawn him
then-
in.
then it becomes-
Do you know what might be interesting? If they do investigative-based missions where
They will.
a proper investigation where you have to go and find evidence, talk to certain people in certain places at the
Yeah.
right time. That's when you know that they are, rather than what we've had it before, where it's just click on here to get some information. Click on here to get some information. Here's a puzzle. You have to actually
I'm with
properly
you.
investigate.
I hope they do
could
that.
be pretty good.
Down for that.
Bryce Arenas says that they're ironing out some stuff on the cameras, but they're very close to releasing it. They're mostly just waiting for how CIG wants to market them. That's pretty cool. There is a newsletter for the cam that you can sign up for at Faceware. I believe actually those of us that went to the con got some kind of a promotional discount for the Faceware camera when it comes out. We also got, I think, like 15% off Corsair gear because it was sponsored by Corsair. And yeah, none of us got any Intel drives though.
Yeah, they should have handed out Optane drives for free
To all 1,700
all
people.
Relay staff.
Yeah.
For the
Just relays, no, just relay.
Oh, just relay, yeah.
Go to relay.
And it's not polluted, and it's set separately.
We're coming up on that.
From hoi polloi, not the hoi polloi. I always get corrected.
This is stuff we've seen a million times. Them flying over planets. It's pretty, but we did see water earlier, which, hey, water.
I thought they'd
It'll
got
hydrate
it.
you.
I was hoping they'd get really close
Water.
so that we could do, like,
It's the wettest.
some waves.
Water.
How far out?
You're mostly made of it.
What distance do we scan at?
Closer.
That's part of the problem with flying in third person, and I do love this about Star Citizen. You don't have any of the indicators.
No, it was just an advertisement thing. Breeze Arena, like there was no promo code
And we have in
on the
the
Optanes.
new
Yeah.
model, which I believe
There
is
was
gonna
no.
be
It was just an
right
ad for
after
Optanes.
this, actually.
Yeah.
This is something they need to have. It's like you were saying earlier, Command Line. Part of this is just traveling, and if you are an experienced flyer or even a basic flyer, this is literally just book.
Yeah.
And so the different sizes of atmosphere. It won't be in 3.3.
I really wouldn't
but our
get
goal is
an
to get the
Optane
new
drive
model
right
into
now unless you
3.4.
were like
But it's,
your hard drive was like dead
gonna-
and you have
it's
to
gonna change a lot of things.
really need the
Probably
best
takes you getting
right
used to.
now
There's
because
definitely a
X
different
Point,
feeling performance
3D
down
X
on
Point
planets
is a
than there
really
up in
new tech.
space, which is really good.
You might as well
And
get the
also
like
it
Gen
depends on the
3
ship. So, like,
Optane or
a ship
Gen
that has
4 Optane
more
that's going to be out when
atmospheric
this
ability,
game
like a
comes
Gladius
out.
or something, flies a lot
And
better and
it stands a
much
good chance of
brighter
performing
in
a lot
atmosphere
better.
than,
Yeah.
say, an Aurora, which is basically.
It's not to say
flying
they aren't
through.
impressive,
So it's
but
pretty-
you don't need
yeah.
one yet.
It's
No, but it was
very
like
cool
buying
to
a
feel
Gen
it.
1
No, no, no,
SSD,
land
and
remake
then you
were
look at
actually
even
showing
a
the
Which
cheap
we did.
SSD now.
People
We
play
did,
with
and it
like
was
that, but
it was good but
definitely feels
disappointing.
different than when
Yeah.
you're in space, which is
Commander Llama and I
people
RAID
wanted to
zeroed
see,
to
and
64
we now
gig
have the new
SSDs at the time, I believe.
Okay.
So the
And
goal for scanning,
which was
obviously,
great
is
until one of
to
mine
pick a
failed.
general area that you need to go.
Yeah, I had
and
mine failed, too.
scan.
Yeah.
You need to ping.
And I'm
So-
not just talking
And then
about
from there, it's
failure
about
though.
hunting
Like,
and finding
No,
what
but
you
it
need
was
to
it was the tech wasn't there, and yeah, we got 64 bit at the 64
Find
gig
out
at the
where to
very
go.
beginning, but now you can get like a 400 gig
Well, we
one
went to
for
the general mission market
peanuts.
and then we scanned it.
Yes, but you saw it.
just wait.
And the scanning, gameplay is an ongoing thing, so we have quite a lot of more stuff to come.
my
So
opinion,
just
like I have no problem at all
locations,
building a brand new
ships,
PC for
there's
this
already some
game,
of it
but
for
like there's
mining, there's
I
already
don't
a bit of it
it's
for ships, but
basically
what
waste.
ships have,
Build it for
what
Squadron,
ships
maybe.
have,
Pick it up today.
what to
Until
scan,
it's out.
figuring out what resource
I mean, even building for
amounts are
Squadron,
in
you still-
areas.
And that's what
Ever
we
so
would consider
slightly
kind of
different.
short-range, mid-range scanning. Long-range scanning would be a different aspect, and that is more about exploration.
Okay, so
I
there's the downside
can't
light
wait for
sort of
this.
going over the top, and we-
Just flying out to a mission on a planet and setting down, and like the smoke is beautiful. Ah,
It looks good. Probably should have just hovered above the ship and hopped onto it.
I mean yes, but they should also find an easier way to land. I don't really like how you land in No Man's Sky, but this is a bit... I mean, I guess it's also because he's doing it in third person, but...
All right, we are down on the ground. Let's go check this thing.
Oh, these trees. Holy shit, these trees, guys.
Right.
Right?
Shit, trees.
Not just the trees, that
The
grass.
grass.
Look at, he's looking right at the grass, and it's... Look at any other game where it's got fucking shitloads of grass. Even Witcher 3. They are two-dimensional, terrible fucking sprites because you render so much grass, so it has to be extremely cheap. CIG have not gone that route.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's do it.
But yeah, that travel time there needs to be...
That's
It
a lot
needs
of
to not
travel
be
just to
boring
get
as
here.
fuck.
Yeah. And this grass really is...
I wanted to pie chart how much like
Very different biome from
waiting
what you guys
there
saw
was
before.
in this demo,
You
and I
should.
bet
In our
you
game.
wouldn't like the fraction that's just like sit.
Hey, Mr. Squarepeg.
This looks so pretty.
Yeah, and this is early
It is
days
quite
on this. We've
gorgeous.
still got a lot more stuff to do.
And Chris is here. Oh, this is...
Sunjammer, did you get home all right?
Obviously, longer
Sunjammer!
I hope you're at home all right. Otherwise, we're just
No, I
waiting.
think Sunjammer is not home quite yet, but he's on his way shortly. But I'm sorry. This is...
So dynamic weather.
Chris is like, oh yeah, this is early days. We still got way more work on this, and I'm like, this is the
Well, yeah,
best I've ever seen.
There's no,
Good
there's
enough.
no fauna.
I mean, Hurston's
They
sort
need
of
some.
polluted,
They need some
so
space
the
deer
most you get is either this sort of
that you can shoot.
kind of sparse
And then
savanna,
you can do
or
Red
you're
Dead.
gonna get the executive gardens. But the tech that the Frankfurt guys and Martin Better, who's been heading it up, is pretty awesome because this thing covers the
You're a
whole,
bad man, Des
the whole
Marius.
planet, and when you get down, you're right in the middle of it, and it's really really cool. And we're
Look at that. Look
constantly
at the
working to
texture
improve
work
it,
on
so
that
it's already
dirt.
a level
It's
above
not this
what we
crappy
showed
stuff, you know. It's not some
year ago,
640
and,
by
it's,
480
yeah.
texture. It's just been stretched over a mesh.
better if you
That's
carry on.
Hi,
that's
Sunjammer.
lovely, isn't it?
How's the Big Apple?
I like that
And
the
here
fire
we
can't
go,
hurt you yet.
In the current game, the
But
fire
gravity
doesn't damage
Yeah.
you, but longer term, the fire will damage you. It'll be part of the player status system. We're going to measure the temperature and the heat. So over a certain amount, you start to get damaged. And also, if you're in a tight area, we will actually have the fire entity itself be sucking oxygen out of the air. So like if there was a fire aboard one of your ships, if you don't put it out, it's pulling the oxygen out of the air, which would work with our player status system, which is all the systemic stuff that we want to...
So a
put
question
into the
I
game.
had
So it's
about
one
this
big sandbox
is
to just
a
live
mission
and
like
exist
this
in, and
with
the
like
things that you think would happen as they
multiple
would in real life,
nodes and very
do.
important like
And
set.
it's
Oh,
shorter
yes,
than
he has it.
acid
Aramis
or
sent me something
radiation
very important.
or other different types
We're
of
gonna look at it
information
later
that you use.
after this because it's
This
very
is what I
important.
think it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I can't look it up while we're looking at this, but I'll do it later.
Did anyone catch how he's doing the mantling
So we're
and
sort of
stuff?
using
Is that an
I think it's
automatic
just
thing,
space.
just proximity?
Yeah.
There's a bit more
I mean, if you look at it, there's the caution tape kind of on the edge that shows that this is a place that you can vault. Hopefully, they'll open it up a bit more.
Stage one, we're working
later,
on it,
but
yeah, you'll be able to
Stage one.
mantle,
See the caution?
vault,
It's like
slide,
here, vault here.
Basically do a lot of these sort of parkour style.
This excited me
actions
quite a bit.
And have full locomotion and interactivity
Yeah.
with the environment. Again,
My
there's-
favorite
we want
zombie
it to be
game
sort
of
of
the
a-
past few
a
years is
tactile,
Dying Light,
exploratory, game,
which
Yeah.
has
feel to it.
probably the best first-person traversal I've ever seen. I've ever played in a game, and this felt like they're taking slow steps towards that.
Yeah.
Something blown out on
The light.
They don't have to get
Yeah.
quite there
Okay,
because
let's try to make
I
this
don't
jump.
know.
It's like
You
old
really
school
get that
Okay, guys,
speed
let's
of
get ready for it.
parkour.
All right, we're gonna do it, Glenn.
I
Right, we're
believe
gonna
in
get
you,
run
buddy.
up.
The atmosphere.
Oh, Glenn!
I wouldn't have done that either.
No.
Blood splash.
Someone was saying earlier that there was actually a light shining on
Okay, back
Glenn's
up again.
console. I think Fastcart or someone was saying that
Like I
made
said,
it
it's
so
like
he
an old
couldn't
school
actually
football
see
game.
his legs when he was running. So he couldn't tell when to. Yeah, there's Fastcart. There was a spotlight
Yeah, that sounds
shining
like a
on the
fast cut
monitor.
thing.
where the feet were, so he couldn't actually see when to jump.
He's also on a gamepad.
He's also on a gamepad, yeah. I have to say, though, yeah, Sunjammer, I'm with you. I slept. When I got home, I slept. Woke up yesterday, basically didn't do anything. I actually was asleep for 2 hours, like just before this podcast, and woke up because Cass was like, weren't you gonna do a podcast? And I was like, no, I don't wanna.
We're actually ducked and crouched in there, I think.
Yeah.
And now I'm here and really tired.
First person.
Um,
my mantle up the last thing. All right. Back here.
The atmosphere in the
Okay.
convention at this
Crowd
point
energy here.
was, you can't hear it.
There was a lot of crowd energy. Oh.
It was huge.
I do love we as a community. We see this amazing game, these
Heal yourself.
crisp graphics, beautiful textures, some things that are just,
Yeah, you better
you
get
know,
that med
literally
pack.
out of this world.
Get it.
And we latch onto things like helmet,
Hell,
coffee.
Yeah. I'm so. This was.
Did you die?
He felt so bad, and he was. You can't see him, but he was literally like this on the screen. He was like,
I'm fired.
"I'm
I have to
fired.
make
It's
this
over."
jump for it.
Okay. Okay. Silence. Silence.
Where?
Hey, thanks, Songon. Here it is. Here it is. Listen very closely to Chris's instructions.
Yeah.
What's that?
You go to.
Yeah, okay. All right, we're going to cheat. We're going to use a developer go-to so we don't have to have you guys go through the whole thing.
Read it here, guys. Read it on screen.
Yeah, we are going to teleport. Okay, we did say it was real.
Yeah.
gameplay.
Go to relay.
There you go.
Chris Roberts
Chris Roberts
commands
commands
you
you
to
to
relay.
go to relay. I don't know if you could hear our cheer when that happened, but
Take the next
we
jump.
like, yeah.
So I was sitting in the audience right now, sitting quietly to myself, and in my head at this moment, I was
All right,
thinking,
one more time.
what if he
Go ahead
doesn't
and,
make the
that
next
jump every
15
single-
jumps?
I
And
didn't
how,
see you
like,
miss that jump.
Dead the audience would be at that
until
point.
now.
All the crowd energy would have been sucked out. He's like pale, sunken-eyed, like sweating. Just
Someone
like,
that ended up downloading the Mario death music for every time he
Yeah.
missed.
Oh man, Muff to you, we paid so much for this. That advertisement we paid
got it.
$25 for it each.
oh, that game
That's
pad.
almost enough for a box of noodles.
Hey, if he did that blind, though, not bad.
Sid Vicious, we're working on it.
All right.
We're working on it.
So, hit.
So again, you're looking for a
Tovirus, I
prototype
did
of
actually
I
get
got-
bait.
Yeah.
You tell the story, Commander Llama. I'll actually be right back. 2 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, we did go get Big Benny's. I think we got some pictures of it, but
and this goes to the
I got the
tactileness that
So
we
Yum
want.
pork. It was
right one?
objectively delicious.
I know that guy.
We need a T-
So yum.
prototype.
Yeah. And we also got I forget what the other one was called.
Check this one
Hey, it
out.
was tofu dumplings or something. That one wasn't very good, to be honest. I think there was one tiny cube of tofu in it, and the rest was just fried. fried dough.
There you go.
Fast card, that's not
So,
fair. That we asked for an unused box, and they were like, "Fuck off."
Taken the prototype. So
I think he- no,
what we
no.
need to do is figure out, and this is an example of a multi-part mission, right? So
Yes.
this mission could have ended here and you had the prototype as one of the things, or it could carry on and someone's taken it. In this case, someone has taken it. So we
But I
gotta
do
figure
have
out
a
and
rapidly
find out where the
molding
prototype
used
is.
box of Big Benny's. It's more authentic.
You can get a cream for that.
Yeah. We don't have impaling just yet. I don't think I have the physics version. So if we go in here,
I
and this
love
is an example
this.
of
Oh,
Yes.
it's so
like,
good.
Another
Yeah.
thing you could do or a puzzle is the
You can see
satellite
their
shutdown. But if we maybe get our
the kind of
multi-tool out,
EMP interference effects happening on that console. That was from one of the panels.
They showed a little bit of this in the Squadron 42 vertical slice, but I'm excited to see that sort of stuff in the PU. Of like, oh, it's not just click F to unlock. It's you actually have to do shit.
Should we talk about the multi-tool attachment that the community has to push for?
Which is that?
The leaf blower
Yes.
attachment.
Yes.
We need to start that.
We need
to start that hype train. And I'm not a charismatic enough person to do it, so I need Relay's help.
Okay, so everyone, we need to start asking for a leaf blower attachment on the multi-tool, so that you're like on a tram with a bunch of people, and you see someone with the hat, and you can just take out your multi-tool with leaf blower and blow their hat off, or like blow some papers around. Like think of the not anything constructive you could do, but just the fun you could have with a leaf blower attachment on your multi-tool.
You just want to go around blowing strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone who saw the cloth physics dev panel should understand why there needs to be some silly wind makers that the players control in this game.
The cloth physics panel might be my favorite of the panels.
This isn't looking good.
So this is also something I was confused about while watching, actually. I was like, so as part of this is kind of like a big mission.
Yeah.
And as part of it, like, is an AI ship gonna show up and attack me while I'm on the ground? Or is this like E3 style, we're showpiecing this so we had someone perfectly show up?
And I believe you just called your friend.
I think it's been showpieced, but it's to highlight what could happen. You could do
this is one of like
same mission.
1,000 things that could happen.
And they probably
exactly.
showpiece it to make sure that it happens. But Bryce Serena, I know Ivo's gene pool presentation was nuts as well. Those two presentations, the cloth physics and the gene pool, basically look at other games and are like, ha, you guys have restrictions. We laugh at restrictions and just nuts. So, Shiver, you got one of these, eh?
Oh, the Valkyrie, yeah.
Can you install the PTU
This is our friend that we just called. He's showing
with
up.
me?
I may have already installed PTU and had a look at the Valkyrie.
Cut the camera
Alright.
I left the PC on overnight for that, and it was worth it.
I got a crush on this ship.
So this is the Anvil Valkyrie.
Although I have to warn you,
And it is
I
the
tried.
first
You can't get out of the
Gamma
seats once you're in.
First straight
Really?
Like you're trapped.
to flyable ship that we've
Yeah,
done.
you can either look
So
through the
it's
gun
a
sight,
Anvil drop
or you
ship.
can look not through the gun sight. But I
That'll-
couldn't figure out how to get out.
They'll polish that out.
Oh yeah.
I'm
they?
going to be honest, I don't like this ship.
What the fuck? You never like any ship.
You don't like anvil ships, do you?
No, I don't. I think it is that it's Anvil. I don't like Anvil ships.
They've got a very military, like,
Check out the back, guys.
almost
I'm-
like
I'm-
American military inspired.
Yeah, and that's not
Yeah.
me. That ain't me.
Very angular and pointy.
Yeah.
Anvil Origin is my favorite, and Anvil's my second.
Where the
I
bad
love
guys?
the Anvil ships.
I'm looking forward to having Nakara on sometime soon so that we can discuss.
There we go.
God, I hope that they start fixing the FPS combat.
He's doing all right
For a controller?
Yeah, right?
I'm impressed. I hate
See him on
controllers.
camera too.
I mean, it's like the AI in the ships; they just kind of stand around.
There we go. Done. We're
I'm
still
pretty
having
sure.
some sync
I mean,
issues
we
in
see
the
it later, but I'm
multiplayer.
pretty sure the
Alright,
players
I think
have
we killed the-
God mode for
killed all the bad
bullets.
guys. Yes, we have. All right, let's bring it down.
This is another part.
As they probably should.
Yes.
For
a
a
presentation, yeah.
I mean, this is straight out of PlanetSide 1 Aster was saying. He's done these operations on Planet Side 1. This is not a bad thing, where this exact thing happened, and that was his game, Planet Side 1.
Like you call in support and they show up in a drop ship.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I mean, don't get
I
me
played
wrong.
some Planet Side 2 where I was playing just as I was playing on my team, but as a solo player, and your position would get hit by an org,
Yeah.
and there was nothing you could do.
Yeah.
It was over, and that kind of thing will be possible in this game.
You guys got the sweep on or not?
I mean, keep in mind, exactly what they've done right here used to be an impossible thought.
Yeah.
Well, it like literally didn't really work on one of their presentations. Like
On
2
this
weeks ago.
scale.
Yeah. On this scale, this was thought to be impossible. The getting on a ship that has people in the ship, that has a car in the ship, that I love what they do later with the car.
Taking off from an entire planet that is actually the whole thing is fucking rendered in there.
Yeah.
Hang on, the first thing before the planet stuff was doable in Battlefield.
We can
Right.
toward the bottom.
Desert Combat mod, you could have a Jeep in your giant cargo
True.
plane.
Uh,
And it was fucking amazing, so this is gonna be great.
once again, we get to the one. It seems like they don't know the ship too well because he's looking at the component doors to try and find the door.
That was me and a freelancer
Yeah,
in the P.
but this takes too long.
The crew can sit. This will carry like 20 folks. think
I
it's
still
approaching
don't
the
get
front,
what
right?
with the whole you can place a coffee cup anywhere in the entire game world, but you cannot bring a fucking box on the Valkyrie.
Upstairs.
I forgot to open my beer.
But if we go back, we've got.
Still have time. Tavares, I am currently almost
How
done.
far in are we?
We'll have a little video
Yeah,
that
40
they
minutes
kindly
left.
Provided for us
That's time.
to tell us about.
Okay.
I am just about done my Calypso IPA, which doesn't show up on stream because it's all green. Sorry.
Ask any soldier.
It's a 4.8.
They'll tell
It's
you
not
that
bad.
battles aren't won or lost based on weapons or numbers or even hardware. They're won on choices. For over a century, our ships have distinguished themselves in thousands of civilian and military combat operations. We are proud to announce another weapon
So,
in the arsenal of
there were basically 3 trailers, 4 trailers released at Citizencon. There was the Squadron 42 trailer,
is designed to get personnel
the
in and
Valkyrie
out
trailer,
of the
the
hottest
Mustang
combat zones.
trailer, and the
Featuring 4
Kraken
powerful
trailer.
rotating thrusters with VTOL capabilities.
I watched all
The
4
Valkyrie is
with
capable of
Mrs.
landing with
Eris,
surgical precision to deploy assets.
because I like to watch things with Mrs. Eris and see what she thinks, because she doesn't like Star Citizen at all. She thought that this commercial was alright,
Fitted with a vehicle bay and ramp,
but
you can also efficiently
not much
launch ground-based
happens.
troop transports or
She
reconnaissance
didn't like
vehicles
the
in
Mustang
field.
commercial because it was boring.
Each
And literally
high-performance
nothing
operator
happened.
seat features rugged
She
construction
liked the
and
Kraken
support
commercial.
to minimize G-force for up to 20
She did also
personnel.
think that the Valkyrie was a
Making
damn
sure
good
that
name
your
for a
fighting
ship,
force
though.
arrives on site ready to jump
And
into
she
the
actually
fray.
didn't like the Squadron 42 trailer at all. She found that there
Don't
wasn't
think for a
much
second
sizzle or
that the
much
Valkyrie can't hold
going
its own in a
on
fight.
in the Squadron
Two
42
remote
trailer.
turrets featuring
And
size
watching
3
it
hardpoints
without the
can
hype,
provide suppressive
without all the
fire during
people there at
deployment.
CitizenCon, I
Do
have to
additional
say I
ground
kind of
stunts
agree.
provide even
It's a lot
more
of talking
devastating fire
heads
to blur the line between
and not
dropship
much going
and
on.
gunship.
What are we talking about?
Squadron 42 trailer. I'm talking about Mrs. Eris's thoughts on the 4 different trailers.
With Anvil's Valkyrie, we put that
I mean, it
choice
was
in your
it
hands.
was like basically a story cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
It wasn't a gameplay trailer. So like that creates like an emotional kind of hype reaction, but after many years of gaming and being
How are we doing in
predated
terms of
by
getting
hype
to,
machines.
the location we
Like
get
when
to?
I see a trailer like that, no matter how good it is, like the Battlefield 1 trailer, right afterwards I'm like, all right, but the game.
Yeah.
Do we want to look outside,
Game trailers, to me, it seems a bit
Well, you can see the remote gunner from
Not
player
pointless,
6 as well.
but not
Sure.
exactly.
There we go. So yeah, let's switch to
As a
player
gamer,
6.
it's like, okay, well,
you turn to
that
the-
could be
the right,
anything. How
Earl?
much of that is
There you go.
pre-rendered? Where's the gameplay in that? That's just a trailer to tell me that this thing exists. Okay, but
This
what
is
can
cool.
I play?
This is remote turret being operated in game. This is good. Yes, and it also looks like it. You've got the scan. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
And you know what the correct name for a Valkyrie is?
Obviously a pilot.
Ms. Hart.
Got to see Miss Hearts at Citizencon. That was lovely because Miss Heart's awesome.
Oh, she is lovely.
Yep. Got to see a lot of the people at Citizencon, and
celebrities.
I couldn't make it like a lap around the official bar Citizen without people buying me beer. It was fun.
These people know who you are.
To anyone out there that I saw, cheers. It was great. It was actually great meeting everyone. I really enjoyed meeting the people more than I enjoyed Citizencon, because Citizencon itself was like, cool. It was all about the people. It was about, you know, hanging out with Dismarius and Sunjammer and the people that I don't get to see often, and Bryce Arena and Flint, and like I think Citizencon is more about the people than about Star Citizen, and I think next year that's going to be my focus more. It's going to be more about, you know, hanging out with people that mean a shit ton to me, rather than a game that I love, but it's not.
I completely agree with that, but like, and I'll just add on to the Citizencon in a vacuum, in my opinion, would be a waste of money to go to if it wasn't about the people, because the way you can just stream and watch stuff on YouTube nowadays, you're almost more comfortable not going to Citizencon.
I mean, you could go as a lone wolf, or with just a friend and meet up with people, because they're good people at the con.
But yeah, that's
they are
what
good,
I'm saying.
friendly
It's
people.
the people.
Yeah. I'm more interested in Citizencon next year for. I really hope it's in Manchester, because Shiver, I wanna hang out with you again. Like,
oh yeah, I'll come from Japan for that.
Okay, let's be honest. This is badass. That is so cool. Like,
I love the music with it as well.
And I saw some videos of actual players of the 3.3.
Yeah.
As well.
And that's the thing. I will say everything in this demo works. Like, they weren't really bullshitting any of it, right?
So we have this, the racing version.
Yeah, and as Bryce Serrano says, Cyclone did break upon hitting the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, their wheels didn't fall off.
Alright. We got rid of
I think we got rid of all of them.
all the AA? Alright,
Yeah.
so
But yeah, just to wrap it up, I'm really glad that
We did
I got
improve
to
the
spend
rocks.
some time with
You
everyone,
don't run over
because
every single one of them. No.
it's. I mean, at this point, we don't really do relay for CIG or for Star Citizen. We do relay for everyone else. It's about the community, and the community is
on Lawville or
just-
Hurston, actually more Hurston,
yeah.
is underground facilities.
You guys are all
So
awesome.
This is the very first
Thank you.
example of underground systems. So we're going to have underground facilities,
Especially
caves,
you.
other kind of things. And this particular one, this happens
Especially
to be a
Dismarius,
kind of, I don't know, waste storage.
I think it was used for refining.
Dismarius
and,
basically organized everything that happened
Well, we'll go
for
check it out.
Relay at Star Citizen at CitizenCon,
It
and
would still be at the Austin airport if it wasn't for Desmarius.
yeah.
You don't want to be in that airport,
yeah.
trust me.
Oh, it wasn't fun.
Let's go in. Down to the facility.
It was fine.
Maybe for you.
Not for people afraid of flying.
No.
But actually, they were objectively 4 good flights.
They were. I survived them.
And no man ever has.
It's true. I'm now the most flown man in the history of time.
Who are you with?
I was actually
Chris Hadfield.
I was better
So Glenn and Scott are gonna
this
go
year
down.
actually
Over at Scott.
than previous years, but I was still like falling apart before the flights. Like pre-flight, I was.
Yeah, your anticipatory like fear reaction is very bad.
Yeah. Not so bad flying. Once I'm in the air, I'm kind of okay. But leading up to flight,
Player three.
not
Player three.
not okay.
There you are. You can.
Don't let the bastard escape. His helmet.
One, this underground facility is fantastic. Two, I love the little touch you see when there's a glare on the headset or on the helmet, and you can kind of see the like glass effects, but they don't appear unless there's that glare. I love it.
Currently, I think it's 3-3. You have missions that spawn at Korea, and then we're going to have missions that are spawning around Kirsten, like this underground one.
Now, I don't want to claim sole responsibility
first pass on
for
it.
giving them the idea of doing underground bases on the planet, but I gave them the idea about 2 or 3 years ago when I saw them.
All you.
All you. The death animations look fantastic. The gunplay looks really bad here because he's using a controller. And this guy's clearly invincible, but that's okay. It happens.
Nah, it looks like it's hitting the corner texture.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, I love the death animations. They look really good. You can actually kind of, for a frame there, see that guy's leg draped over the other corpse really well. I love that. It looks natural and just, you know?
I mean, it's getting there, isn't it? But I still think the, you know, it's those details,
Yeah,
those small
and
details which are to come are going to really complete, you know, bits
So
of armor
Blackbird
flying
is
off.
a lot easier to pan smoothly on a gamepad than it is on mouse and keyboard. It tends to be very jerky by
and
comparison,
again, Dad,
or at
Jedi,
least
VoIP and VoIP
like
will be
they would have to
there,
take
so when you're
incredible
there, you can
care
talk to your-
when
you've got
giving the
people on your team,
presentation
you'll be able to
while
talk to
they're
them.
supposed to also do the
So it'll all be
presentation correctly. It's
automatic
just
based on who you
easier to
make
use a
friends and
gamepad.
everything.
There's
If
especially
this is
some
location,
panning
you want
cinematics
to
where they like
be linked up
look
in Discord,
360
Teamspeak,
degrees
like
in one
you're all there,
smooth
it'll be
motion
like
that you
operating
can't do on a keyboard and
real-world
mouse.
flag
You
group.
have to do it on a controller,
here is
and
where
that's
the-
why they're using a controller. It's smoother. Yeah, that's it. I love this. I love this. Picking up the panel and actually like looking at it to see if it's the right. Just
All right,
brilliant.
Prototype TDC XX. Okay, and we've recovered the blade now. This is the second part.
And
of the two-part
again,
mission,
I'm
and then we're
sorry,
gonna
but
take
the
this
detail
back,
on this
to
fucking,
our drop
you know,
point
it's
in
a
Lawville.
pointless object
Get
that
paid.
Yeah.
Get paid.
used in one mission at the moment just to go and get the inside of it. And look at the detail on
The
it.
detail on everything in this game is just outstanding. I don't believe Glenn is a console player. I believe he's just using the controller because it is smoother. That's all. It's literally for the
question is, do you get
smoothness
every
for the presentation.
Nope.
You can tell he's not a console player because he missed like 8 times on there. I've played against some professional console players. They're good. There are people who are really good with
So one of the
consoles.
things that we've been
So
working on is kind of the knockdown system, staggers, those types of things. We need to do
like
some
you can
internal
see,
play tests
yeah,
a
his
little bit
leg
more,
there is draped
but
over the other.
ideally we roll that
Love it.
out soon.
You want to do the Homer Simpson thing, don't you?
What's that?
Move one of their hands to the other guy's butt
No.
while they're unconscious.
So this mission had a big flaming prop. It has an underground facility.
Yep.
Are these like dedicated to that mission, or could you take that mission and it'll just spawn the nodes somewhere else?
It could spawn the
Chris is giving me
node
notes
somewhere else, as far as
For
I
me to
know.
fix on the mission.
It's a procedural mission, so it could spawn the node just about anywhere.
Yes.
Popped out on your way back up.
We do also know that this underground stuff is not procedurally generated at all. It is to do underground right now with the planets, they have to specifically place the underground stuff. The planet cannot procedurally generate caves, but they will work on that. As we're going, I'm gonna Rudy Tooty, you're broke now. Shoot.ie asks over under on how long it takes someone to jump in front of a Lorville tram. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the first thing. Number one. Like,
devs are already doing it.
Oh yeah. You will notice though, the tram doors were actually sealed. You couldn't even walk in until the tram arrived, and then the sealed doors walked. They weren't open like our subways.
Special Citizencon edition. That if you get the Valkyrie during Citizencon or within this week, I think you get to have this color as opposed to
that right there is the only salesmanship they did this entire con. Hey, there's this ship skin you get if you get it now. That is it, and I'm so happy with that.
And the sponsorship was very subtle this year.
Yes. There wasn't like a presentation by Faceware or a presentation by Intel. It was just, hey, we're sponsored by these guys. That's all.
Brought to you by Intel.
I mean, I didn't mind Intel having a presentation. They did sponsor it after all, but it had literally no effect on me. I'm not going to go out and buy an Octane drive after that.
No. And yeah, Jade Starwatcher in Lore Yila has underwater caves. They're going to work on that, but it's right now the procedural tech doesn't allow it, and they don't need it for a while.
Please do it later.
Giga00, have they ever discussed parachutes? I think they've discussed various options, things like parachutes, but parachutes aren't even really all that great because you don't know the atmosphere of the planet you're landing on. I think they've more discussed like landing jetpack type things, but we don't know.
Setup that we aren't using just yet. It just sort of came online.
Oh, Tilu.
Gotta have individualized drop pods.
Yeah. Tilu says,
power armor soldiers.
Eris, we keep hearing you talk about FPS still not being quite there. How would you improve it or see it improve?
Go play Doom.
Go play
that.
Yeah, go play an actual FPS, and it's just there's a smoothness that Star Citizen doesn't have. There's a feeling of hitting things. Like there's some visceralness that Star Citizen doesn't have. You don't really get the responsiveness that you want when turning. You don't really get the responsiveness that you want when shouldering your weapon and zooming down. Like, it just feels slightly impersonal right now. You don't really know when you're getting shot. You don't really know when you're hitting shots. It's sluggish. The frames are a little slow for a competitive FPS. It's just not there on almost every single front. The only front that they have is graphics, and that is not what you want in an FPS. You want feeling. And Star Citizen...
It's going to take them a while to get there, because they're developing FPS as one thing out of like 12 things. And whereas an FPS developer who has a pedigree in making FPSs for like 20 years is like a grandmaster of making FPS. Like, it's going to take a lot of iterations.
I believe they'll get there.
It's already getting pretty good.
They're not there yet.
Anywhere and everywhere over the city under a certain...
I mean, they want the complexity, in essence, of armor without having to use every single button on the keyboard just to FPS.
Yeah. They'll also start getting there when there's some balance, because right now all someone has to do is, like, there's no reason to not wear heavy armor. Because guess what? Heavy armor gets you the most armor, and you're not that much slower than anyone else, and you also get to carry more weapons. A lot more weapons. Like, there's
that's going to change with physical inventory.
Yes. They just need to have the game. And if you can wear, one of the things that was postulated by CIG years and years and years ago was the idea that if you're wearing heavy armor, maybe you can't fly a ship because the armor is too bulky to sit in a pilot seat. And that's what I want. right? That's
the differences as well, where you can be more susceptible to G-forces if you're just in your armor as opposed to a proper flight suit.
Yeah. There's a lot that needs to come.
They said they intend to do that though. Like you will have very limited slots, and you will have to make hard decisions.
Yeah.
If you want that Titan armor, you know, maybe with a built-in shield generator someday, well, you're not gonna be. You're gonna experience G-forces that are worse. You're gonna slower.
Yeah. And
you're not gonna be optimized in every situation. Maybe you can't. Like you'll have much worse climbing. They have the ability to make us make choices.
And Tofu, I know that Chris doesn't want any instant movements, and I don't. It's not the instant movements that are a problem, because there are other games that movements aren't instant in, like Dying Light, for example. There is some physicality to that game. It's that,
or even like Insurgents.
There are other games that do it. It's just there is a feel that CIG don't have yet in FPS. And honestly, it's hard for me. I could probably actually go in and play some FPS for a while and start to explain it more thoroughly, but right now, to me, it's the feeling. It just doesn't feel like a competent FPS yet.
I love Brickstar's answer.
I'm kind of hungry. I could go for some noodles.
Now you have to find your way through.
Actually, tonight is steak and asparagus.
Lorville, you know, we're gonna in different areas.
This is beautiful. I love this little shanty town.
So these are people that have been pushed out of the inner
I want my
city.
hat to be here.
Yeah.
People still hanging
And I want to
outside
just
gates,
fill my
sell their wares,
shanty shack
with alcohol.
Coming and going from.
Maybe alcohol, but also just like blankets.
Yes.
I want to throw blankets everywhere. The cloaks of my slain enemy.
Yeah, you can appreciate the size and the scale of Lorville. So we're now down on the foot. You can sort of look up. If you look up, Glenn.
We didn't have time, Des.
It's pretty big.
There was
a
a salt lick
I mean, I think one of the nice
BBQ
things
in the
with
Austin airport.
Star Citizen is just the sense of scale. That
But
you
we got
get,
Amy's
but also
instead.
the sense of detail when you're down there on foot.
Amy's
There's
ice
all
cream,
the,
that
you
is.
can see things, you can interact with them in your hand. You know, we've got millimeter precision for that, but we've got scale that goes to billions of kilometers. All right. Just put this through here. Should be okay. Not getting custom interviewed, but longer term, again, we're saying the law and order system.
That guard has a gun, a real one.
You try and sneak through things, maybe a scan sets off something.
One.
Get taken to the
taken to customs.
Yeah, and here's the use of the sort of Dropbox stuff that we're putting into 3.3. So as well as admins that you can pick up and drop things from, this is also allowing you to drop off stuff. So this is sort of a
A question I had here was, if I'm not mistaken, coming up,
Clovis doesn't like to get his hands
there's
dirty.
just one interact choice, and it's like place, and it just instantly knew it was the quest item.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what if you had two?
I think that'll probably be fixed down the road when you can. Yeah, I don't know.
There you go.
We'll have to just try. I mean, maybe it'll place both of them and just break.
There you go. It took 80 minutes, but we got our 4,000 UEC.
And that is
Well worth
going.
it.
That is going to be figured
With-
out.
with cheese.
Hopefully, the
Yeah.
metro line,
3
from
hours
perimeter
without
doesn't run as frequently.
No.
Gotta buy one of those bullets back.
Anybody from Europe
Yeah.
will understand.
I can replace a magazine.
Let's get up there and see what's happening.
I think we got a
I
little
can,
bit.
get I can upgrade my Keurig.
There's a train. Run, 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 run. Get in it. 7. Oh, yes.
Chris, you
That
should
couldn't
know.
have worked out.
You Made up for your 2 jumps, buddy.
It's literally a 5-minute wait on the perimeter.
Chris, you should know
good.
that 5-minute wait, that you right there, you're like, run, 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 run. Oh, this presentation is doomed. You should know.
No, that's just how the British catch a train.
Oh, okay.
You see a train, run, 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 because it's so rare you see them. It's just an instinct. Just go. Is this our train? We'll figure it out on the way. It doesn't matter. Just get to the train.
Actually, Muff2U has a good point. He got 4,000 UEC, but his Mustang got destroyed. I don't know if the over-under on that mission is very good.
Clint. Just submit a claim.
Just beautiful. I know that I say it often, but man,
it's gorgeous, but it's going to get fucking boring after 5 or 6 times.
Yes.
Oh, I was already bored watching.
Oh, there you go.
There will be different stops for different sections.
I'm like, there's such a thing as meaningful
And right
travel
now,
time.
this is
I'm
only
not
running
looking
from
for
gate
like
2 to gate
15,
1.
5-second
Eventually we'll
dopamine
do
hits
kind of
forever.
package
But
things together, so like gate 1,
there's
gate
a
2,
middle
gate
ground,
3,
people.
to spaceport, or to the
between
main
like Call of Duties every
Yeah, and the
3.2
transit system
seconds
will probably
when
be
you're
using most
gonna
of
hit
our
your frontal
landing
cortex
locations
with
and
some
advanced
shit.
ones, take you to
And
different areas of interest.
the worst of the
You know, from
MMOs,
spaceport
like,
to,
all right, you know, you gotta log on and play for 3 hours to do
areas,
one mission.
To the dark, seedy favela area. Or
I don't.
And yeah, they can change rewards to some extent, and they can change ship prices and stuff to some extent.
I don't really like games like Euro Truck Simulator.
About 120.
Yeah, but, like I played some American Truck Simulator. I made fun of it in my article.
It's moving. I mean,
It appeals to a certain
you know,
type of
12
player,
kilometers.
but it's pretty fucking boring. Like it's a chill type of experience.
I mean, it's best immersed with a proper steering wheel for your PC.
Yeah, but you're not even driving this tram. You're just sitting on it.
True.
Half-Life 2 did a tram very briefly, but you're being talked at by G-Man, right?
Yeah, or even, I mean, they failed, but even in Mass Effect 1, they wanted to have, like, party conversations.
Yeah.
And lots of them in every one, and they fell a little short of that. There were only occasional conversations, and they were kind of repetitive. But you saw even in their later BioWare games,
they sort of
they
improved
got
that.
better at that.
Yep.
That's why I want the leaf blower multi-tool attachment. So I'm sitting on the train, and like Eris is standing over there waiting, and he's got his cloak on, and I'm just like, you know, pass the time.
Arriving 42. What's the other one?
Satisfactory.
Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not lock doors.
That'll be the other one we're going to do.
That's a FPS game that's coming out soon, isn't it?
What?
Yes.
So
Well,
eventually,
it's
what we want to do
an
is
FPS
basically
version
going
of
Factorio.
real quick.
Yep.
Behind you. There you go. So be able to show trains in transit just so you understand where you're going, how to get there, and where it's at.
I feel like that train system is a lot of straight lines, and I feel like they could probably improve it by some loops.
Platform edge when train is approaching.
Right. How long is it? It's like a 15 second?
It's a 30-second wait.
It is?
Yep.
Also, I will say there's so many times in this presentation when Chris is like, is it 15 seconds? And they're like, oh, it's 30. And Chris is like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
It just feels like he doesn't know much about the details of the presentation.
Big picture.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in fairness, he's not the one who has to sit. I can't imagine it really comes down to, oh shit, we need Chris's approval on a 30-second wait for a train or a 15-second.
No, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I guess we're getting to the point where the game is so large that it's impossible for any one person to test it all and know every single part of everything, right?
If anything, like, well, I don't like under the hood. Yes, it's been like that for years.
Yeah.
In terms of playing the game, I'm sure QA actually probably knows the most.
QA should be giving the presentation.
You mean like Melissa Estrada?
Yeah.
No, I don't, Shiver.
Yeah, you do.
And actually, yeah, Fastcart's right. Nakara knows everything. Nakara should be giving all the CIG. Nakara should be a CIG employee. I've been saying for a long time, CIG needs to open a CIG Canada studio, and
that isn't turbulent.
That isn't turbulent, yeah.
A sort of Canadarm 2.
Yeah.
We got 6 minutes.
In Ottawa, preferably.
The next session's up.
Gotta move it, bud.
I'll run it. Commander Llama can do the coding.
Yeah, but
Yeah, don't break your legs.
I'm not sure that your ship is X meters away. Is actually, it's on your helmet, isn't it? So that's why you see it through the walls of everything. I think if the guy took his helmet off, you wouldn't see that.
If you take your helmet off, you don't see that because that's part of the HUD.
That's such a low crime stat.
You've never had that low of a crime stat, have you?
I've never had that low of a crime stat.
Alright, let's head into New Deal.
He's losing.
Okay, we're heading to New Deal.
So
It's time to talk about economy. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The economy doesn't exist at this point.
In the short term, because
we need a new deal.
Yeah, but this alpha is here for them to figure out, oh, how long will it take for someone to earn a constellation?
Here's a new deal. A couple of obviously ships that are coming in 3-3. There's the Phoenix.
These prices are like
And of course, to their right.
just
is-
nobody
I thought these were the component-based first pass.
It is the component-based first pass, and that's good. The ships should be based on the price of their components. What we don't have is a first pass on how much missions will give you. $4,000 is it's made up,
Again, another ship that's
right?
coming
Like
in
it's
3-3.
completely made up.
I think the Avocado just
I love how
best guess stuff.
Tilu's saying, you know, considering it takes 3 hours to make 4,000 UEC to this day, we better group up. I like his attitude of, well, fuck it, if it's going to take that long, we need more people to do it.
Well,
Not
we looked at
we're
it,
defeated.
and sure, a
love
hammerhead
it.
takes 2 million UEC or 20 million UEC to earn or whatever it is. Okay, divide that by 20 people that it takes to crew a hammerhead. You get a group together of 20 people. It takes a lot less time. It's starting to be, I mean, it's still endgame. Keep in mind, the hammerhead is also an endgame ship, so it should take you like 60 hours to earn one. It shouldn't be a 4 hours of work. Oh, I have a hammerhead. This is an endgame thing.
I think even more than that, and Tilu's comment made me think of it. The like medium large to capital size ships, they shouldn't even be soloable.
No.
And as someone who hates grinding, even I believe that. I don't think one person should be able to solo to a javelin.
Well, there ain't no such thing
Yeah.
as too long a deal.
Some crazy fucker is gonna do that, and pre-congratulations to him. But like,
So yeah, like
shouldn't, because if that's allowed, then before long it's just gonna be like Star Javelin, the javelin fight.
Yeah.
It needs to be possible in theory, but such effort that 99.9% of people will look at it and go, you know what? No, you're alright. Fuck that.
Alright.
Tilu has the math there. 3 hours for 4,000 UEC for 20 people is 75 hours.
Yeah, and other things to, and I was wondering this during the presentation, like where's the loot? Like they got one thing.
Yeah.
Space, but like,
and it's not there.
Well, that's going to be with salvage, I would imagine, because they're not going to have a traditional looting system so much as, you know.
The mission demo.
Yes, you'll be able to look at a person's corpse and take something off it that's actually there that survived, but it's going to be more like salvage. It's like, oh, I'm going to just borrow his boots.
We've shown you the various
And it's not. Yeah, I don't want to watch Angry Joe go crazy. I literally don't give a shit what he thinks. If he's going crazy about an end game, how much time do people spend in WoW to get to end game content? 80 hours? 100 hours? 180 hours? Anyone yelling at Star Citizen's economy, which is a complete first pass and has had no balance whatsoever, and that is what the point of this is for. Anyone yelling about this is completely fucking disingenuous and shouldn't be talking about it.
When I
It's
said
bullshit.
capital ships
Probably
should be
very
not
angry.
soloable, I think 1 and 2 player ships should be quite achievable in a very reasonable amount of time.
Yes.
Not 2 hours, but like not
6.
50 hours.
Yeah.
The new flight model, which won't be in 3.3, but it'll be coming in
it's a first pass. You cannot be angry at this yet because we don't know. Are you?
They've done it all wrong.
All of it.
I mean, that guy literally does have angry in his name.
Yeah, but he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he makes money by
Have a great day, and I'm going to see you.
I don't like people. I don't want anyone to make money about being angry about a game that's not out yet. Like, settle the fuck down.
Isn't that what you
No, we don't make money. Okay, so I guess that's the keynote.
All right.
I'm gonna close this.
Cancel that. I do not want to watch the road to release.
No, we are not watching anything else today. I'm going to see if I can get one thing very quickly. We are going to watch more stuff. Oh, what is it under? Give me a second here. Sorry. Is it this? Yeah, I think I can download this. Direct download.
Yeah, Serena, you bring up a good point. Like, the people really in this community have all the context most of the time. People external to this game, they simply don't have your information, so it's often not right to pass judgment on them because they literally don't have like even one of the 1,000 facts you have at a moment.
Right, but they don't try and find them out, do they?
Nor should they, I guess, like, really.
I mean, I think they should. You see alpha, you see the game's not out. Do you get mad at it? Do you get mad at it for having one thing in a fantastic presentation that you disagree with? No. No, you look at it and say, that might change. I'm going to wait and see what it's like at release.
I'd probably be like, that looks bad. And then I wouldn't get mad, but I'd be like, I'd be like,
what if your first name was literally angry?
Then I don't like you. That's it. I don't like you. I don't like people who make money shitting on other people.
YouTubers make money off BSing things.
Yeah.
Most public people make money off BSing.
I know, and I don't like that.
Politicians.
I know, and I don't like them. I don't like them.
Or public intellectuals.
I don't like them.
Or podcasters.
Don't like them.
People named Eric.
This was quickly clipped by Hermes. I just want to.
Oh, do I need to watch the stream?
No, it's just I believe it's just the high quality go-to relay. I just want to throw it up briefly because hey. Open command and go to relay.
I agree, Sid Vicious.
Love it. This is one of the problems with Star Citizen, though. I mean, you've got a game that Mrs. Eris has actually told me a number of times that she thinks that it's. Yeah, I'm going to work on that, Tilu. We've got a bunch of stuff that we're working on to turn that into a commercial for Relay. We're working on it. But like Mrs. Eris, who just appeared, hi, has actually said a number of times that she finds the whole open development of everything to be detrimental to the game, because where's the surprise anymore? And where's the, like, you don't know. It just, I think open development is bad for CIG, because you've got people like Angry Joe who decide to be tits. Well, no, tits are good. Decide to be
Tats.
Decide to be like infected teeth that have to be pulled because they're pussing all over the place. They're just angry and pustulant, and it's disappointing, because that's largely what we have when it comes to Star Citizen. There's us that know about it and put some time into it, and some of us put way too much time in it, admittedly, but we want to know more about the game. And then you have other people who just see, let's be angry. Let's be angry at CIG. Let's be angry because it's taken 7 years. And thanks to Vicious, right after Citizencon, there was a Kotaku article.
Didn't they get the development date wrong? And they definitely got
Yes.
like the patch being released wrong.
Yes.
And, like, even the journalists whose job it is to get the facts right aren't getting facts right.
Yes, but they don't spend any time. They could literally come to Relay and be like, hey, we're writing this article. When's this thing? And we'd be like, hey, it's right here. Thanks for asking. But no one does. There's so many people that write up bullshit and don't bother to try and find out. And there's this whole, hey, Star Citizen had a trailer and another $330 ship, and they've been in development for 7 years and still aren't out. Ha ha ha, they suck. And no one in any point in that mentions, oh, hey, Cyberpunk has also been in development the exact same amount of time as Star Citizen. Also, Cyberpunk started with a 400-person studio, whereas Star Citizen started with 8 people. Like, there's just so much disingenuousness when it comes to media reporting on this, and I feel like people like Angry Joe bullshitting all over the place suck. They literally suck. They are bad people. People who lie to others are bad people.
It could be a genuine mistake.
Research. The briefest, the basest modicum of journalistic integrity and standards is doing the bare minimum of research into what the fuck you're talking about before you start bullshitting. And it is a problem.
Super radical opinion.
Go ahead,
about
Commander Lama.
Star Citizen and Cyberpunk.
Go.
They both look cool.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can shit on Star Citizen for not being launched and mention and fawn and, well, not even fawn, literally jerk off all over Cyberpunk. People are jerking off all over Cyberpunk, and they're shitting on Star Citizen. They've been in development the same amount of time. They're different games. They both look incredibly high quality, and it's disgusting. I think that people who and you know what, Dirk,
So
you're right. He's not a journalist. He's a
blame
YouTuber.
masses here.
Go ahead.
And going back to Miss Eris's point, open development isn't a bad thing. It's actually probably the better thing for everyone, because we get to watch stuff and see how games are made, even if it's from a very coarse-grained perspective. And it's really cool, but pretty much since, at least for decades, we have been trained to want the opposite.
Yep.
By publishers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the gaming industry it's pretty much like the stock market. It's like 90% hype and 10% like disgruntled old dudes who wished something was better. So, I mean,
I don't know. Bryce Serena, Star Citizen also wasn't actively being developed until probably about 2014, 2015, because an 8-person development team, which is what CIG had when they started in 2012.
I believe we're counting pre-production here.
It's pre-production.
Cyberpunk was in pre-production.
And so was Star Citizen. When they only had 8 people, Star Citizen was in pre-production. Now, we don't have exact numbers on when they both started full-on development, but as far as we can tell, they are similar. They are similar because CIG had to build a studio.
They're probably both going to be really awesome.
Oh, I'm not saying that Cyberpunk won't be great, but there's a level of disingenuousness when it comes to Star Citizen that I do not appreciate. And I actually spent lots of Citizencon being called salty. And I actually don't think I'm that salty when it comes to Star Citizen. I think I try to be fairly realistic. Yeah. I don't know. That's all I want to say for today. I think we're going to wrap things up.
What about questions?
Oh, yeah. Does anyone have any questions? If you have any questions...
I don't know if there was questions on a question.
We answered both of the questions on the question doc. If anyone has a question before we wrap up for the keynote, just throw it in chat and I'll try and answer it. Sungon, glad to have you here. Glad to have all of you here, actually. We're going to... I don't know who's going to be on with me tomorrow, but tomorrow evening, later than this... assuming CIG start uploading the panels. Once they start doing that, we're going to start going through each and every panel in the order that they happened, one at a time. Those will probably be later in the evening because I've got work during the day. Keep in mind, on Tuesday, I believe there will be a Relay Space episode. Nakara and I are going to talk about the trip that the Relay team took to NASA.
I'll try to get some pictures for that.
Yeah, we're going to try and get some of the pictures we took. It's going to be great. Thank you guys all so much for watching and for hanging out. Commander Llama, thanks for being on. Shiver.
Oh, thanks for putting up with it.
Always. Shiver, thank you so much, not just for being on here, but...
That was to the viewers. I know you can put up with it.
I do often. Shiver, thank you, and Acid and everyone else that ran the relay stream during what I've heard was a complete and utter cluster of you guys.
In advance for next year, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I know. We'll try and automate it next year or something. No, seriously, thank you, Shiver and Acid, and thank you guys all for watching us. And stay tuned to our Twitter and our Discord. I have no idea when we're going to be going live with the next panel. It's probably just going to be a, hey, I've got an hour, let's do it. So keep an eye out to those because it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. But thank you everyone for watching. And as always, we'll see you in the verse.